All right, what's up, B-Stone? So we are at shortstop right now, filling out the infield. Let's go through the list. Lindor, I would rather go Arenado in the first round. Trea Turner, now here's a guy where if you get him at shortstop, you don't have to worry about speed for the rest of your draft. I'm not opposed to Trea Turner. Machado, you know, you're going to run into some speed problems when you have him. If you get Machado at short, then you're going to need D. Gordon at second, because that's just how the speed game goes. Would be interesting to have Machado at short and Will Myers at third to kind of make up the speed, but you will have to draft a speed guy somewhere else if you get Machado. Bregman, I wouldn't spend that high of a pick. I once again would rather go Javi Baez. However, Trevor Story, okay, if you could get Trevor Story in round 3, that is not a horrible idea right there. The guy could easily hit 40 home runs. He could easily steal 20 plus bags. He really can do it all. So Story, excellent value. Carlos Correa, he's the guy that goes a little bit later. I believe he could bounce back. He's always shown 30 and 100, 30 home runs, 100 RBI potential. That Astros team is stacked. He's going to get a lot of opportunities. He's going to get his numbers. Bogarts, he's all right. I mean, he was so bad 2 years ago. He doesn't really deliver enough pop to be considered a guy that you want to depend on, especially with that high of a pick. I'd much rather go Real Muto or Hoskins in that range. So I'm not going to say go for Xander. Torres, not enough speed per se. You'd have to really juggle your team around if you want him to work. Now, Gene Segura, on the other hand, this guy will do it all. He could lead the majors in runs. He's going to be batting second. You can get, here's an interesting strategy, Real Muto in the fourth, Hoskins in the fourth, Real Muto in the fifth, and Segura in the sixth. That'll get you a big Philly stack right there. Mondesi, people are giving Mondesi too much hype. Corey Seager, he is back. He's probably the only Dodger that will play every day, but really not enough speed to be considered the guy that you want to build around. Villar, he will get you a lot of speed, but a bad team. He is a potential guy to draft if you need speed late. Peraza, he's not even in the same sentence as Villar. I can't believe they're that close in ADP. No value there. Tim Anderson, White Sox are horrible. I wouldn't depend on Anderson. Profar, more of a utility guy, not someone you want to depend on. Rosario, he really doesn't get you enough speed. He doesn't have enough pop either. Would not consider Ahmed Rosario. Elvis Andrus, he's a good value at 157, especially with Profar gone. That means Andrus is going to play every game. Andrus is a guy that can steal 30-plus bases, and that's good value for him. I mean, the guy was a stud 2 years ago. I love Elvis Andrus at pick 157. I'm going to put a big star on Elvis Andrus. Rest of the shortstops, Escobar doesn't really do enough. DeJong just pop, but really not enough to be considered a guy that you want to depend on all year. Simmons doesn't do enough. Chris Taylor's a part-time player. Marcus Semien doesn't really do enough speed or pop. Asdrubal Cabrera, just a utility guy more than anything. Marwin Gonzalez, no speed. Lourdes Gurriel is a good guy to get on the back of your bench if he's going to find everyday playing time. We'll see how he does this spring. Jorge Polanco. I mean, I like Polanco as a player, but he's really just a bench guy. And then looking at the rest of the situation, really no one that stands out. Fernando Tatis, he could be someone that you want to draft at the end of your draft. He's a minor league prospect, but I'm telling you, he's got a big swing. So that is the shortstop position. I'm going to highlight Elvis Andrus as the deep sleeper. I'm going to say Elvis Andrus is a good sleeper. Villar is if you miss the crowd. Segura is a good pick if he falls. But Trevor Story is really the stud of the class unless you get Trea Turner. However, between Nolan Arenado and Trea Turner, I'm actually going to lean towards Turner because Turner is going to get you enough speed to make up the rest of your draft. That is the shortstop position. Beast.